name is Mike Malanafi. I'm a detective with the Portland Police Bureau. I'm assigned to North Precinct where I work as a property crimes detective. At the precincts, we primarily delve in property crimes, burglaries, UUMVs, identity thefts, and any number of property type crimes. Primarily though, we work with burglaries. And burglaries are often the crime that affects people most because their house has been entered by people they don't know, their property's been taken, and they have a sense of having been violated in the privacy of their own home. You can protect yourself from being a victim of burglary by making sure that your house is secure. You can do that by making sure that your doors and windows are locked when you leave the house or when you're home, because sometimes burglars enter not knowing people are home. The best defense for your house is having an alarm system, because alarm systems are audible and they'll scare the person off. Simply the display of an alarm sign or decal may be sufficient. Make sure that you have good quality locks on your doors that are deadbolts, and if you have a keyed deadbolt, make sure you take the key out of it when you leave the house so that it can't be used by breaking glass to gain entry into the house. You can cut away bushes and trees that block views from the street into your yard, or something that allows your neighbors or people passing by to see if there's anything untoward going on in your property. At night, lights, especially motion sensor lights, are particularly helpful. Nighttime burglaries are rare. They involve a unique type of person that we refer to in the profession as a cat burglar. Cat burglars know that when they enter a house at night, the likelihood of them encountering a person who lives there is much higher than if they're going in during the day. The average burglar is looking to recover property they can go and sell for profit, and he definitely doesn't want to get caught. So he's going to take pains not to be seen and not to encounter someone. The cat burglar, on the other hand, is going to go into the house knowing the likelihood of people being home or asleep is very high. Some of these personality profiles are people that they get a psychological effect from going into your room and stealing something out of your pants or off of your bedstand while you sleep in the bed next to those items. The problem with a cat burglar, of course, is that many of them are discovered when a person gets up during the middle of the night to get something to eat or check on something, or they can't sleep and they want to read newspaper, and they come out in their living room or dining room and they run into somebody that they don't know that's in their house, and they generally flee. If that should happen to you, probably the safest course of action is to retreat back to your bedroom, close the door, and then use the phone to call 911. What is helpful is keep a list of the serial numbers of your items of value. Television sets, digital cameras, laptop computers. Having those 10 or 15 serial numbers handy allow us to enter the serial number into the computer system that the City of Portland maintains that has a database of lost property. That way, if your item is recovered in a pawn shop, or a police officer stops somebody on the street and checks the serial number, or if it's checked anywhere in the Northern Hemisphere, we'll be able to identify it as that item having been stolen from you. So serial numbers are extremely important. If you have an unusual item of jewelry, digital photos are extremely helpful. It's hard to describe a piece of jewelry on a piece of paper. The police will leave you a special report. If you have a digital photograph of a particular piece of jewelry, or say an antique or other item of unusual nature that's hard to describe, those digital photos can be very helpful and will allow us to compare them to items that we may have recovered or are in the pawn shop. If you are the victim of burglary, what you should do is that when you come home, if you notice that your house has been disturbed, say the front door standing open or you notice a broken window, rather than enter the house, you should call 911 from your cell phone or your neighbor's house and allow the police to check the premises to make sure no one is inside. Once the premises have been cleared, the police can then investigate and take a police report. If you're looking for additional information to protect your home and your property, you can go to your local police precinct where they'll have printed material on locks and other items or other information will help you protect your home. You can also contact your neighborhood association representative